Welcome back to the channel. Tonight we're back on our Poor Boys RC YouTube Speedrun Challenge car. We're switching the body up. We got all the good out of the bug. Made some changes to the car. Yet another servo. I went in and trued all the tires. After those, I guess we made probably a dozen or more runs. Each tire ended up being like a different diameter, and camera was wearing into them. So squared all the tires up. New servo. The car's driving better. And now we're going to put our official body on there. I don't know how crazy of a paint job it's going to be because it's Tuesday night and I'm trying to make a Wednesday video. We have to get this thing painted so we can get a run in Thursday or even Friday to get it posted up so we can get on the scoreboard again. Hoping to hit our 60 mile an hour, so let's get on it. Alright guys, got some masks cut. We got our Anderson RC play button. Our Guru's World, another one on the trunk, and we're going to leave the lights clear, and we got our handle on the roof. Again, I'm not going to get crazy. I wish I could do something really cool in this body, but I need it tomorrow. So I've seen something on another speed channel, speed page on Facebook, and the guy was building an Arma, and he had the hood clear. And not to skimp out on anything, but I think that would look cool with the GPS lights coming through. So we may do just a simple stripe around the hood and maybe a scallop on the door, and then paint the body mostly Guru green so it'll be really good and visible. So that's something that ain't going to be super complicated. It's still going to take me a while. All these logos, that's going to hold us up. But again, trying to keep it simple. This body's going to get trashed. So that's just a given. The body got tore all the crap, so I don't expect anything different for this one. Pretty simple design on the hood, simple little scallop design on the side, and we'll get to spraying some paint. Alright guys, we are back. Got our scallop laid out, just kind of making it go fast, sitting still. A little drop shadow underneath it. I went back around the hood again with the 1/8 inch so I could paint an outline so it just wouldn't be a clear hood. We used 1/8 to outline the hood. That just gave us our basis for our clear area, and then I put another stripe around it that would be a color. Got a little fancy on the front, got a little mustache going on there. We're heavy on the logos on the back. I got a 2024 Speedrun Challenge, our Guru's World, Anderson RC, play button, and more Guru's World, and then our handle. I think I already said all that, but there you go again. I promise the next paint job will be a little more complex and may not involve so much fine line tape, because it seems like every video I've made here lately has been pretty simplified and just laid out. So anyways, let's get to spraying some paint. We're going to do the main color in Guru green, so this thing's going to be super bright. It's going to be a flying billboard, and hopefully it won't be flying, actually flying. Alright, our patented Guru green. I'll repeat myself a lot. If you just watched the paint video, this is just neon yellow with about 10% green in it, neon green. Alright guys, we got all of our Guru green on there. If you're new here, we do have to back it with white, but we're going to do white letters, but they're going to be all outlined in black because white directly against this Guru green just gets washed out. You can't even see it. So that's why we're going to do an outline to separate the white from the green. But our logos will be in white, outlined in black. Play button obviously will be red. We got the Speedrun Challenge to be white, outlined in black. Our scallop will be white. Might outline it with a color because I believe I'm just going to do a drop shadow in black. And then we'll do our handle in black. Everything that'll be really easy to see and look good on camera. And hopefully catch a little attention while we're out in public. But anyways, that's that. We've got this 100% dry. I feel pretty confident we do. So we're going to back this with a aerosol can. We're going to put solvent over water simply because I'm going to have to come back with a darker color over it. And I could easily back this with white water base, but as high humidity is here, it's supposed to be nearly 100 degrees Fahrenheit here again tomorrow. Um, these water-based colors tend to wick themselves together. It might look good today, might look good next week, but eventually, if I put a red or some other darker color, it will eventually start to wick, not really bleed into it, but kind of wick into it and change the color surrounding the graphics. Only way I've found to prevent that is to use solvent-based paint in areas like that to seal everything up. But always make sure this is 100% dry before you put any kind of solvent over water or water over solvent. Everything's got to be dry. Once they're dry, they do not react with each other. So all that, we're going to go ahead and spray this white. We're just using PS1 Tamiya. We'll back it up with white. We'll back that up with some gray, and then we can start putting some colors on here. It's out of camera shot, but we do have the garage doors open tonight and letting it breathe out. So always make sure you're in a well-ventilated area and or wearing protection, which I don't have a mask with me right now. So we got the door open. It's a hot night. Another thing I've learned since I've been using the Cricut machine, if you're using Cricut vinyl, it don't like spray paint too good. So make sure you get this dry before you go pulling on it, because it tends to melt the solvent, or the solvent in the paint tends to melt the adhesive on the vinyl. So be careful. It makes the vinyl really soft. So I've had pretty good luck with it, but it does it's pretty hot and it melts into it a little bit. I just painted myself. Always make sure your nozzle's spraying away from you, not in your face. All right, there's one light coat. Our green's really starting to pop. I'm going to let that dry, come back, put another one on it, and then we'll come back with colors. All right, guys, welcome back after our little interlude there. I broke my #1 rule. I tried to push this video out in one day, but I broke the #1 rule when we put the backer on. I put too much of it on at one time and trying to push through. And it bridged over some of the graphics. And when I went to pull them out, they were trying to tear. So I tried to drag this out. I was up till about 1 o'clock in the morning trying to make it work and get it done for a Wednesday video, but it just wasn't happening. It kept tearing around the OK paint guy here. So we stopped. I checked it the next morning before I went to work, and everything seemed to be cooperating. So I took a little bit of time at my lunch break today and pulled the rest of these out without an issue. Did a little bit of touch up on the roof so it doesn't look completely terrible. But that's not going to really matter because it's going to be on its roof probably tomorrow when we do our speed run. This is a super simple paint job. It should have been one night, but I got a little gun ho. But anyways, let's get it wrapped up tonight. So we're going to spray our black, and then we'll come back and figure out what color we're going to do on these pinstripes. All right, there's our one coat of black. We'll come back and we'll be pulling these off and see what we come up with as far as a color. There's also going to be a color around the hood, just to separate that clear section. And I'm not sure what I'm going to do with the 24 yet. We may do it whatever the stripe color ends up being, so stay tuned. All right, we got all of our fine line pulled out. Like I said, we're going to have a clear stripe around the hood, so we're going to paint that a color too. And we've also taped off the little excess Lexan here at the bottom. I was going to try to use it as a splitter, but with the actual mold, it made the body too tall. But we did leave some of the excess Lexan there, so we'll have a little bit of a lip. We're going fluorescent pink because I like pink, and I want it to be kind of loud. And the black and yellow is cool and all, but we need some color in our life. So we're going to do the stripe in pink. We'll do the 2024 in pink. And then we got to come back and spray our play button, and then we are pretty much done. Oh yeah, that's kind of bright. We'll take probably put 2 more coats on there between drying coats. Before I back up with white, we'll go ahead and spray our play buttons because they're going fluorescent red. And then we got to play the little play triangle there. We got to spray it white. So We'll just back everything at the same time, and we'll be done. All right, guys, there's everything backed up with white. Normally, I would go back and spray everything gray, but I'm not too worried about it on this body. It's kind of a temporary body anyways. So what we're going to do, we'll go ahead and get this masking pulled out, and then we'll do an unveil. All right, guys, here's our unveil. Always the most satisfying part of painting your body is pulling this film off and revealing all of your hard work. Now, this one here was trying my patience quite a bit, but I think it turned out pretty good with all the struggles. It's going to look good going down the road at 60 miles an hour. That's our goal. That's my personal goal. That's not asking much because these guys are upwards of 90 miles an hour in my class right now. So if we can just get a personal best of 60, I might be happy. Wowie, check it out. Looks like a race car. I got this idea for the clear hood from a, might have been the Rasa page, I'm not sure. But somebody was building a, looked like an Arma car, but they just had a half cab, like a truck cab, and the hood was clear. And I thought that looked pretty cool. And I think that would look cool with the GPS because it lights up with a couple of little blinky lights. And if you could see that through the body, it would be pretty neat. All of these ideas are not original. I mean, everybody has pretty much done everything. So just interpret it your own way and come up with something cool. Got our little pinky mustache there. Looks pretty cool in the front. Got our number 2. Headlights are clear. I didn't pull those masking out yet, but we're going to peel those out. We'll throw a few decals on it before we finish up the video. But there you go. There's our speed run car. And stay tuned for our speed run. We should be running this thing tomorrow or, yeah, tomorrow. Because I need to run it tomorrow night to get a video in for Friday to submit to Phil. And don't forget, if you want to win this MF01 body, go check out Poor Boys RC YouTube channel. I'll put a link in the description. To win this body, you got to participate in the speedrun challenge with the MF01-X. And as far as to get the winner is going to be chosen randomly because there's only one body. There's 3 classes. So this is going to be open to anybody that participates. So it'll be a random drawing once all the runs are completed. So go take your chance, and hope y'all like it. All right, guys, let's throw a few decals on this thing, and we'll do a closing shot, and we'll see you next time. Thanks.